Hello hopefuls, once again you can hear my laptop because I've made some notes on there and we're going to try and do a one-take wonder. Katie, Rebecca, I'm going to respond to your two videos that I haven't responded to yet. The first one, which was 10 minutes long, about hockey, which I love that you were so enthusiastic about it. But you were talking about like returns and teams and who comes back and who leaves, and it's just so different to the one sport I'm following, which is tennis, where people either just come back and play that, you know, Grand Slam or that tournament, or don't. Alcaraz, one of my favourite tennis players, who you probably have heard of, has been out for a little while, which has been a shame. But yeah, so it's just interesting how different it is. And then you also spoke about going to the theatre. That's lovely. I've also been going to a lot of theatre this month, which I've really enjoyed. And then you mentioned a musical called In Pieces, which is so familiar to me. I'm sure I've heard of it and I'm sure I've listened to it as well, but I can't recall any song right now. And then finally you briefly mentioned the World Cup, which I sort of have half been following, mostly like on social media and seeing people's reactions. I am always supporting Holland, as I am this time round, and I hope they do well. They've got through the first bit, so hopefully they'll continue to do well. And then in your second video, which was a lot shorter, first of all you talked about the heat wave, which is it's just been horrendous, Sam. I don't know if you've also had a heat wave, but it's been horrendous here. And today is the first day that it's slightly cooler, and by that we mean 26 degrees, so still pretty, well, you don't even know Celsius, but pretty hot still for me. So yeah, I've not been enjoying that, but I am enjoying that there's a bit more of a breeze today. Then Katie, Rebecca, you also mentioned that Wimbledon's starting soon. It's starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is like the shortest gap, I think, between tournaments, but it feels like it's still too long. I'm like, I'm impatient. I can't wait to watch again. So I'm very, very happy to be watching that tomorrow and onwards. And then you also happen to mention that in your picnic you make your own food because it's just easier with dietary requirements, and I love that. I think that's great. I think that's a really good way of doing a picnic. So yeah, and then finally you mentioned about it being July next week. I can't believe July is in 2 days. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't know, I feel very mixed because I feel like the second half of the year is going to be better for me than the first, but I'm also just like, it's crazy that we're halfway through 2026. I've realized, I know that we all have a warped sense of time, and for a lot of us I think the default is like 2019, 2020 because COVID sort of just changed everything, but I realized recently that actually most of the time when I'm like aware that we're past COVID years, in my head I still calculate things as if we're in 2024, so I'm 2 years behind, which is not great, and soon I'll be 3 years behind, so you know, time keeps moving. It's crazy. Anyway, that's all from me this week, and I will see you all next week, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't, so fingers crossed. Bye!